So he's 40 years old, this smelly belly Kelly, and he's screaming that I used to be game. I'm 47. So let's go back down to 2004, 2003. I'm 24. So he'll be 17. He hasn't got a clue who I am. He was a rich kid, getting raised by a family of drug dealing scumbags. He was the spoiled kid running around West Derby, bullying people. He never started joining gangs until 19, 20, 21, and then went to jail for 10 years. Do you understand? But he sits there talking on me like he's an expert on me. I've got videos of that poor Kelly, mate, which you can't get a career going with the content I've got for him. Do you get what I'm saying? You just cannot get a career going with the video content I've got on him. Yes, Melissa? Donna? So fuck them all, mate. The G's. Fucking G's, lad. The media done that to the G family. And the local snitching families helped the police shut the G's down. And so the Lows, which is the Farleys, they work alongside the law, and they have done in the city since the 60s. Keep on telling you, like Frank Lowe Senior, full-blown snitch, used to own Seal Street Gym in town centre, in the city centre, Seal Street Gym. All the busies working with them and that, training in the gym, coming from the Bridewell. All the worst corrupt coppers you could come across in the city was Frank Lowe's mates. Brooklyn Russell. It's all in your name, lad. Brooklyn. It's all in your name, lad. Russell. There's a few good names with Russell. There's a few good kids with the name Russell. Keith Russell. Not related to you, is he? He was a drug dealer scumbag, but I believe he got his head together. Sorted his life out. Are you related to him? Or are you related to that other who was involved in that murder of that young woman? No wonder you're fucking bitter. Imagine coming from a family like yours, mate. Wow. Get out of me live, you little scut. I don't think you're a part of that other Russell firm. You're part of that little smackhead firm, aren't you? Yes, Donna, Angie, you know, you like the Sweeneys, aren't you? Don't think you've done fuck all. Lying for a child killer. That's what you're like. You're fucked in the head, your families, mate. All you crime families are just twatted in the head, mate. You're not even crime families. Look at the fucking kippies, mate. Yes, Donna? This is what I'm saying. You got people like the Whitneys running around like they were a crime family. Fucking hell. This is what's gone on. This is what's happened. You know, you're looking at dickheads with guns thinking they're serious gangsters and dangerous and all this. It's just fucking diabolical what you're watching. You got around the wheel saying, Darren, you're a no one. I'm a Darren G. That's why you know me name. And there's only one Darren G. You won't get anyone resembling me. No one. I'll have you a straightener. Why? Because I battered you down, fucked your man. So here you are, trying to represent a drug dealing family. Get out of here, lad. You're fucking nothing. You're rotten. Rotten. From the core out, lad. You're probably a policeman that's being discharged from the fucking squad. Don't forget, I've got all these helmets. I've got pure feds that have been sacked because of me, you know. All little dickheads from Liverpool. Scousers are Scousers at the end of the day, isn't it? You know, it doesn't matter if he's a copper or a fucking drug dealer. He can still be a fucking dirty, demented, perverted fucking rat. It's because he's a Scouser doesn't mean he can't hold them dirty ways. You know your own better than anyone else, don't you? So don't tell me, mate. I know exactly what Scousers are like. You can't tell me what Scousers are like, mate. I've met every fucking breed of Scouser you can meet. Trust me on that. In some of the worst situations you can have human beings in, that's when you see the true character of a human being. Honest, mate, I've been in some mad, horrible, fucked up environments and situations where I've seen the true colours of Scousers. And these so-called big hard fucking Scousers get back on the streets and start running around like they run the fucking city. Because no one knows the true character of them. You've got lads locking Breck Road down who was sitting on protection in the jail I was in because I was there, and they would not come out. They wouldn't even leave reception. They'd been shipped in from Walton. They wouldn't leave reception. They're fighting with the screws on reception to not get put into the main prison. Scrapped to get took down the segregation unit. They never left the segregation unit for 7 years. The same snitches are now dominating Breck Road's drug trade. This is what you're dealing with. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There's a reason why you've got dickheads that can't do a 30 rec dominating your streets with the drug trade. Why? Because the kids that are willing to do the 30 rec are doing them. The kids that are willing to be lifed off for their cause are lifed off. So now you've got dickheads. All of them. All gobshites. The ones that have been to prison, got out, established another graft line, they just sit in the background because they don't want to go to jail. They're the worst. Why? Because they understand the damage they're doing. And they're continuing to do it. But they'll sit there calling themselves Scousers. Sit there proclaiming, I love Liverpool. But they're destroying people with drugs. Do you get what I'm saying? Burns my head out that. And when you see me screaming on your Darren Tills, you know, he was rife for Encro chat. That's why he left the country. Thought he was going to jail on his Encro. Serious, you know, when he's floated off and you've seen him flown around the world, panic stations. See Colin Erin just disappeared. You know why they've all gone, don't you? So they're all fucked. I can't sit back and let dickheads like, even your Paddy Pimblets. When I'm screaming about Paddy Pimblett a few years ago, let's look at that situation. There's loads of people write me off for screaming about Paddy Pimblett. So I'm bigging Paddy Pimblett up before he made it. I'm raising him. I'm elevating him, screaming about him in Cage Rage and all this. All them young Scousers I'm bigging up, elevating them when they're not really what they are. Do you get what I'm saying? All of them, all MMA fighters, when I'm first out, I'm big on them. I'm supporting them all. But then I go into the organised crime and start working out and I'm going, fucking hell, this is heavy. So now, there's been a girl murdered. There's been a woman murdered in her house. Ashley Dale. And within an hour or two of that, I'm getting intel sent to me talking about someone called Zeist, or whatever the fuck his name was. I've been given the names of the murderers within an hour of it happening. So I'm screaming within an hour, it's these. I don't give two shits. These are being at me for time, I'm back at them. And that's the way it was, basically. It's me screaming about murders that the organised crime groups in my city have got away with. And them organised crime groups in the city are now after me. I'm screaming about their murders that they thought they'd forgot about. Now all of a sudden their name's getting circulated everywhere 10 years later. So they want me gone. So now I've come into a dynamics where I'm up against the organised crime world in Liverpool. So now it's me against the organised crime groups in the city. And that's where it's at now. So as soon as I hear this, and then a few months later, while all this is going on, you've got Paddy Pimley standing up going, my mate rang me at 4 in the morning going, me mate's hung himself, this, like, what? Is it this that's involved in the murder of this young woman? And it was. Fuck that. You. What's your connection with these murderers, lad? And that's all I done. That's what I done. What's your connection with them murderers, mates? And because of that, I upset his whole stable. Because of that, I upset all his little followers. You start getting dickheads like Shamrock kicking in every fucking weekend when he's on his come down. The amount of screenshots I've got off that Shamrock target me when he's on his come down. No, just coming from nowhere with a mad fucked up comment at 4 o'clock in the morning of a Saturday. You know, where he's offers Barney. And the reason for that is because I'm screaming about another organised crime family years ago. The Bakers. And when I'm writing these Bakers off, that's the Shamrock's family. So years ago, I had this dickhead start targeting me. I think he just got out of jail. He was in Thailand thinking he was a dude. And because I was writing this shorty off in this Cashman, all these dickheads like Shamrock and these people who were in Thailand at the time were up their arses. So they started targeting me. And this Shamrock had a little fucking weird looking brother who started screaming about fucking fucking a pair of shoes, high tops, low tops, all this shit. He started screaming. Well, they were targeting me. So I started targeting them back. And it was Shamrock's brother. And they haven't left it alone for 5 years. They come at me all the time. But again, this is all them drug dealing groups. Doesn't matter if they're on your telly as MMA fighters. The circle of people they're mixing with. They're distributing narcotics to our kids. You've got all this BBC media outlets and all this, getting all these scousers and giving them stages. And behind the scenes, the gangsters. I can't act that. I can't see Tony Bellew as a full-fledged scouser because of what he and who he mixes with behind the scenes. Can't do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I shout about it. And it's only me that's screaming at these so-called iconic Liverpool people. And not one of them have got a serious interest in the culture and everything about the city of Liverpool. If they did, they wouldn't entertain the drug dealers. They'd be screaming out on the unsolved murders. They'd be screaming out on the impact that drug dealers are having in our communities. There's a reason why these don't scream and shout about this situation. It's because their network of people are embroiled in it all. So when Tony Bellew's going down there of a Saturday to have a chill with his mates, you know, some of his mates are rich because they've made dough off drug dealing. So he can't start sitting there criticising drug dealers if he's amongst them. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like Darren Till, Tony Bellew, all these fighters who proclaim to be scousers, even Paddy Pimley. He proclaims to be the biggest scouser in the fucking world. He's surrounded by dirty, dying fucking drug dealers. He might have moved out, but his whole family's embroiled in it. But they sit there and claim the fame off the back of Liverpool. You know, half of these people only get famous because they use the shout Scouser in Liverpool. Loads of them only get that because they use this Liverpool shout as much as they can. And they don't deserve it. Who are you to judge? I'm fucking no one. But when I'm seeing our city be destroyed through drugs, and I'm watching young kids looking up to these iconic sports people and these so-called fucking gangsters, and these kids are watching these iconic Paddy Pimblets stand next and party with convicted murderers, it's all okay in the eyes of the youth. It's fucking not. You shouldn't be mixing as a professional, iconic sports personality in the city. You should not be fucking floating around with gangsters, making it feel like it's all okay, like it's all meant, this is part of life. You encourage the kids to become fucking wrong-uns all over the gaff. Even when he was just like, I'm screaming, get fit, kids. Get fit and strong, kids. This is what I'm screaming at the kids. All of a sudden you got Paddy Pimblett. No, kids, you fucking eat what you want. And you think this weren't deliberate? Do you think he weren't getting paid to do that shit? He's fucking mad. Encouraging your kids to be fat. You might look at it the angle I'm looking at it. Just because the Scousers don't think they can't be bought, okay? They're like any other in the country. If money's the objective, they can be bought, okay? Don't think they're not. When you've got Paddy Pimblett gorging the shit out of food, blowing up to extreme weights and encouraging your kids that it's okay to do this, do you think that's normal? Do you think he's woke up out of bed today and thought, you know what, I'm going to get all the cameras round me and just eat and tell the kids to eat like me? Do you think he's just come out with that? Every stage is implemented. Every stage is constructed. Every person that gets put on that stage is coming out with bullet points to make. You think he's not? Why? Because he's a Scouser. Like Paul McCartney. Like Jamie Webb. Why? Because the Scousers. They're not going to harm the Scouse ways. Don't talk your shit. Any Scouser, listen. The BBC tried to pull me into it. I fucked them off. I done a Panorama documentary, then jogged them on. I sent legal letters saying I want my content back off yous. They haven't been near me since, the BBC. That was 4 years ago. They tried to pull me into the shit I'm watching Scousers get pulled in now. So when I scream at yous, any Scouser you see being paid by the BBC is a double agent. Doesn't matter if it's Carragher. Doesn't matter if it's Danny Murphy. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Doesn't matter if it's Tony Bellew. Doesn't matter if it's Paul Smith. Understand what the fuck I'm saying to you. And this isn't hating. You know, you leave butlers on radio stations and all this sort of stuff. You've got to understand what these do. They're all paid by the BBC. And we all know what the BBC is, don't we? There's a reason why your house pays the BBC every fucking month. Yes, Danny. And it's not for your fucking television rights, mate. Claire Thompson, BBC so corrupt. I only work with them for like 3 weeks, and I seen exactly what the fuck they were like. Because they think you're daft. You know, these journalists, they think you're fucking stupid. But if you play stupid, they reveal themselves as being fucking stupid. So when I'm around these people who are doing a documentary for Panorama, and this Olivia Corbell documentary, I was involved in that. I'm aware of these tactics that they're doing. You know, they've took 22 hours content, but used 30 minutes. So I'm on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Some of you won't understand the angle I'm coming from there. But so I feel, this is what I feel. I feel I've had someone from the BBC following me for the last 2 years. I feel I've had some sort of like journalism team monitoring me since I've come away from them. Serious. And the way they were getting me to do like extra content and, you know, like fucking. So look, I'm doing this documentary with them, and it happened the first time round. And this is what else makes me think this as well. So we're doing a documentary in 2018. So when they come to kill me in 2018, within 6 weeks of that documentary, of that shooting, I'm doing a documentary. Now these same people who came for me, a few years later, the same person was with the Panorama team. And I'm saying to him, you done that documentary with me back then, didn't you? And he's going, no. And I'm thinking, defo him. And it was him. So when he's denied it was him, and then all of a sudden it has him, it made me think again, what are these up to? So we done that one, didn't I? Which was about me and my crime. And it was meant to get put onto Channel 5. So when they come to me, they're not saying it's for Netflix. Now if they were saying it was for Netflix, I would have got dough for it. So these people, they call themselves journalists, came and said it was for Channel 5. So now I'm doing this documentary for them, and they've took like 11 hours content off me. They've got me acting. They've got me in an apartment, taking me top off, going, brushing me teeth, getting all this content, but not using it. So off that first documentary where these people have came in round me, I'm saying it's the same group, they've got like 11 hours content, and they used, you might have seen the documentary where I'm sitting on a chair and the camera's in front of me, and I've said something like, once there's a fatality, there's no turning back. You can't fix shit once there's a fatality. Well, that's the first documentary you've done. Now they're telling me it's going on Channel 5. So all of a sudden it's not getting put out because there's been legal arguments or something. Someone's heard about a documentary. I think it was well, I know who it was. It was that documentary maker from London, Bernard Manning, or no, not Bernard Manning, Bernard fucking Mahogany. So that Bernard Mahogany has heard about a documentary I've been doing with this fucking production team, and then legally challenged it because he wants to do a documentary on it or something. No one can fuck with my story. Only I know my story, and I've told no one it. You've only heard bits of my story, you haven't heard the full fucking thing. None of my brothers can tell you my story because we've never been together. Get what I'm saying? So where they took all these hours content from this first one, and then it was meant to be going on Channel 5 in a couple of months, but it hasn't gone up there. Apparently the legal argument unfolded and it got fucked off. This is what this production team told me. They never told me Burning Mahogany came out late because he was with this Nicky Curry trying to put something together. And I spoke about Nicky Curry in this documentary. You know, the witness in my murder trial. So fucking so all of a sudden it's just gone missing. So I'm just carrying on doing my thing. And then I get a message off someone, you're on Netflix. 18 months later, 2 years later, I get a message off someone saying, Darren, you're on Netflix. Oh wow, well, what do you mean? Let's have a look. It was that documentary I'd done 2 years before, being told it was going on normal terrestrial telly, when in reality it got put on one of the best fucking platforms you can watch TV on, Netflix. So I got bumped, didn't I? So I got bumped, plus, as I said, there was like 10 hours content that they hadn't used. Powerful content where they filmed it like a big production set. Proper one. Now we fast forward then, 4 years later, all of a sudden I've got this Panorama team contacting me. They want me to be a part of the Olivia Corbell, which is getting aired as soon as the convictions are in. And that's what happened. As soon as the convictions were done, bang, Panorama, and I'm on that. Now the same people who done the documentary before, there was one fella, and it was him, and he lied saying it wasn't him. So that heightened my suspicion. So now they've got me going all over the place for about a week. Put me in hotels in Liverpool, getting loads of content around the city of Liverpool. Getting content about the David Regan murder, taking me to the scene of the David Regan murder, getting all content, all mad shit. I never done fuck all to do with the David Regan murder, but got like 12 hours content on it. Which again, made me think. So as soon as I've realised what they're coming up to, I've emailed the BBC. I've got it all here. Said bam bam bam. Because I've said I want dough. I've said to them I want dough. You just put me in a fucking mess there. Why? Because when they took me to the scene of where Craig Barker was shot dead. Why they've mixed this in, I don't know. But the trauma went ripped right open. So from soon as I come away from that spot, I'm triggered right through the rest of this documentary. Because they took me right to the spot where Craig Barker was shot dead, you know, in the Galaxy. Right to the exact spot, and I just broke down in the Galaxy. Triggered, just ripped me open. So as soon as I calmed down off that, and I've got back here, I went, fuck, they've just fucking bumped me, they're bad. Where's all that content? What are you doing with this content? And this is what I'm saying to them. Why have you took all that content? What are you doing with this content? If you're not using this content, I want it back. Got a short reply, and then I haven't heard of them since, and that's been like 18 months. So I've been thinking to myself, don't forget I had them all in here, brought them in my address. They've got content of me sat at my desk recording me talking about stuff, never heard it. It's like they were making another documentary on the side about me and haven't told me. And when I said earlier on, I feel like I've been getting followed by journalists for about 18 months. Serious. So I've jogged the BBC on. Now since I jogged them on, I've noticed, and you might think, oh, he's just paranoid to fuck, but it's like they're linking up with the people that are targeting me on social media. It's weird. It's like the BBC are linking up with the stalker. It's not the BBC. It's this journalist, it's this production team who came on me. Now, they develop documentaries, then go to BBC or Netflix. But these teams were telling me that Netflix have given them so much budget to make so many documentaries. them same production teams are now affiliating with the people that's been targeting me. So it makes me think, why have I been getting targeted, really? Who has really been targeting me, mate, to cancel me? Little shitty drug dealers can't cancel you the way I've been getting cancelled. This is the point I'm making. Do you understand what I'm saying? You mightn't see the way I've been cancelled. There's a reason why I've got shit platforms. There's a reason why my numbers are dead low on my platforms. Because I'm having to restart them all the time. Now I can be as great as you like on my platforms and still get them shut down on me for mad things. Little drug dealers can't do this. You know, this is proper, these are proper people targeting me. And to have that pull, you've got to have major fucking pull. You're not just a stalker. But if you've got a group of people who've got the stalker's interests and they're like this, then I'm easily cancelled, aren't I? And you don't think it happens to you? You don't think it happens, mate, but it does. Think about it, lad. I don't speak shit, you know. I speak on heavy shit that no one's willing to speak. And on people, and I tell the truth on people that people are shit scared to tell the truth on. Me going head to head with Tommy Robinson for the last 8 years has brought Tommy Robinson's whole network on me to shut me down, quieten me down. Why? Because I'm telling you the truth about the shithouse little rat. Never had the interest of the English, Scottish, Irish or Welsh in his heart at all. I was spotting that 8-9 years ago and I got out of jail. So without you understanding it, but me understanding it, who he was with, who he had round him, when I'm screaming about him for years, and he's putting videos, I don't even know who he is, that was proof to me. This is what these do. They don't want any sort of connection to you at all when they're cancelling you. It's the way you keep it. Why? Because they can scream you're paranoid. He's paranoid. No, I'm not. My fuck paranoid. I know exactly what the fuck I'm dealing with. I know exactly what's been coming at me for the past 8 years. I don't know exactly what or who, but I know who I've spoke on. And I know what I speak on people. And I know them gang of dickheads there have not got this power. All them over there in that space there, have not got the power to shut me down the way I've been getting shut down. But these have. And there's only so many people here who's got that strength. All these little dickhead Darren Tills and all these fucking helmets, they haven't got that strength. Your Tommy Robinsons, your Liam Tuffs, these have got that strength. Your Muslims, they've got that strength. Do you understand what I'm saying? They've got them media fucking outlets and journalists and all this social media geeks and shit that know what to do with it all. You know, like your Sean Atwood, that type of person. You know, like your Andrew Tates. So when I'm there writing all these agents off, think about who I'm speaking of here. Let's think about them. Tommy Robinson, Jew agent, English, same. Atwood, same. Tate, same. I've been writing them off for close to a decade. What makes you think they're not trying to cancel me? What makes you think they're not trying to shut me down? It was only 18 months ago I'm getting pure messages of people that have been in this so-called fucking war room of the Tates. And the Tates are sending fucking broadcasts out to target individuals. I was one of them. So now, when I'm writing Tate off, when he's being given the pedestal, when the media have made him what he fucking is, when I'm targeting him, writing him off, saying he's a fraud, he's a fake piece of shit, I'm getting 40, 50 fucking weird kids coming in at me from his war room. He had this mad room. Sean Atwood's got exactly the same type of setup. He's got a room with 40, 50 people in it, and they're all experts on computers. And if Atwood goes in there and drops a victim, target him, they're all on him and they're all getting wages. That's how it works. When some of you will understand that dynamic, some of you just won't have a fucking clue. Just like Xander Hawker, another fucking dickhead juice bomb, fucked up in his own little ego. Get out of here, you dickhead. Steroid abusing gobshite. Who else is there? CM90. Let's get rid of this dickhead as well, another 12. How many times have I blocked you, lads? Do your jail. You got Ozzy Utah saying Tate would mince you. Tate is a mince, you fucking helmet. Full blown puff, been sucking dick for years. Coming here trying to make himself out to be some big alpha male. I exposed him from the get-go. Him and his little brother. Pair of puffs, mate. Get your shit in a twist. Women beaters. Everything they've made was on the back of a fucking woman's demise. Nonsense. Full blown. Don't give a shit what you say. And I've screamed that from the get-go. From the get-go, I've screamed that shit. You're not looking at a woman beater. You're not looking at a steroid abuser. You're not looking at anyone that harms women and children. You're looking at Darren fucking G. I'm real as fuck. I don't need steroids to give me this ego. I don't need steroids to give me this presence. I don't need steroids to convince myself I'm fucking solid. I know exactly what the fuck I am. And I know exactly what the fuck I'm looking at every time I see the fake bastards. They're all a gang of fake rats projecting themselves to be something that they're fucking not. You just had Andrew fucking Tate for the past 5 years screaming and shouting that he's the biggest alpha male on the fucking planet. He couldn't last 3 minutes with a dickhead. 3 minutes with a dickhead. His arse fell out of him. Weren't even the fight. It was the fucking show made him shit himself. Why? Because he was getting exposed. He got exposed. That's what happens to fake people. They eventually get exposed in the biggest way possible. The downfall is 10 times heavier than the elevation. And we all witness it. You witnessed it with the stalker. You're seeing his downfall. He's a fucking cabbage. Can't even front social media no more. Look at English. Look at his downfall. And these aren't even big people. These are just dickheads that have been used by the knobheads. Look at the downfalls. Look at them at all happening. Look at Darren Till. Look at that soft cook, Smelly Belly Kelly. Look at that soft cook. These are all people that have had opportunities that if your son had them, they wouldn't fuck them up. Any other decent fucking lads out there had any one of their opportunities, they wouldn't be fucking them up. Why are they fucking them up? Because they're fuck-ups. There's no excuse for them. They haven't got involved in gang life and got themselves 20 years. There's no excuse for these dickheads fucking their lives up other than trying to be something he never fucking was. And that's the case there. Fake bastards always expose themselves along the fucking line and they'll bounce on the back of truth tellers all fucking years and then fall. The truth teller won't fall. I'm not falling nowhere. You're going to see me for the next 10 years being consistent, being me, being Darren G. I don't need to reinvent myself. You haven't seen reinvented Darren G ever. You've had Darren G on a plate. He's not trying to change shit. Look at these. Reinvent themselves every other year. New image, new style of haircut, new slogan to shout about. They're just full of shit, fake fucking rats, all of them. Call themselves Scousers, but they don't give a shit about the city of Liverpool. If they did, they'd be screaming the way I'm screaming about the shit I'm screaming about. Anyone who really loves the city of fucking Liverpool and its people will be screaming about the trouble drug dealers are bringing, the violence, the murder rate, the everything. Not one of them are doing it. Why? Because they affiliate with the... They buy cocaine off them of a weekend. They sniff it with them. Do you understand? You've got the Smiths off Stanley Road. They're just a gang of coke sniffing, crime affiliated boxers. That's what they are. You've only got to look who supports them. The Kinahans. Ignore the deflection where they're having a little bit of beef with Fury and that. That's all part of the fucking... to make us understand they're not affiliated behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, they're all in cahoots, all talking. You know, Danny's the leader. It's still the case just because he's on his toes. That's like saying you've got a gangster in Liverpool who's wanted for 2 murders. He's got the major graft in the city. He's got all sorts of shit locked down in the city. He's gone on his toes. All of a sudden, he loses that pull. All of a sudden, he's not telling these dickheads what to do and how to do it. Bullshit. Furies, Tills, all these helmets, the Smiths, Terry Matthews, all these dickheads. They've been getting told what to do off Kinnerton from the fucking get-go. The Furies are the Kinahans. Without the Kinahans, Furies were no more. They tell you that themselves. Not one Fury would be Doe or in boxing now if it weren't for the Kinahans. It's as simple as that. All fake as fuck, every one of them. And as I keep on saying, when you've got Tyson Fury working with the BBC, you've got to understand the dynamics. Think about it. You've got the BBC doing documentaries on the Kinahans and then paying a Kinahan fucking member, Fury. Make it make sense, people. Understand what the fuck it is. You got pure double agents all over the gaff that are spinning shit narratives that the government wants spinning and everyone's locked into it. As long as these are getting the fucking money, they're not asked. Where's the power base of the Northwest? It's Liverpool. You know, the votes from Liverpool determine the outcome of the whole voting process. You know, Liverpool's a very... If you go back to 1912, before these elites sunk the Titanic, and then went round Ireland, went round London and started taking over everything. If you go back to 1912, before the Titanic sunk, Liverpool's got its own banking system. It's got its own currency. It's running it's got the biggest port in the world. Liverpool's the second biggest city in the world in 1912. It's got its own bank, its own currency. It's got everything. It's independent from the whole of England. That sunk the people that ran Liverpool on the Titanic was the Rothschilds. Since they've done that, look at the world. Since 1912, it's when it all fucked up. Over 100 years ago. You go and do your history. If you're a Scouser and you proclaim to love the city, tell me your fucking history. Do you know it? Have you got any idea? Have you even gone back 100 years to see where the fuck it went wrong? It went wrong in 1912. They sunk the Titanic, took over the fucking world. They put every main money man on that boat and sunk it. And stepped into the fold and controlled it from here on in. It's where the Rothschilds come from. It's where the Windsors and the Mountbattens come from. The same fucking thing. And that's who control this country right now. The same firm. That's who control London. That's who control all of it. The same firm. Go and look at it, go and do your history. Go back to 1912 and look how powerful Liverpool was. And look who's fucking destroyed it. And you know who's been helping destroy it? The militant Labour force, headed by Tony Blair.